Check, 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 check.
Check, 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 check.
Check, 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 check.
This is my microphone check.
Check, 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 check. Hello. Check, 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 check.
They were selling corn checks at the Safeway.
Yeah.
Deep discount. Name brand.
Deep discount on the corn checks.
Name brand corn checks, $2 for a big box.
Really?
Yeah, I bought like 6 boxes.
I mean, do you think they're getting rid of them or what?
No, you can't get rid of corn checks.
Yeah, I mean they're one of the staples. I mean, I just wonder why they. They would be.
Corn checks are such a staple. I've noticed that when I go to a Safeway, you know, they have like the house brand, Safeway brand stuff.
Yeah.
They'll have house brand for everything, like even for different kinds of. Find a place.
I don't know where to put this keyboard.
Just put it like right there. Lean it up against there. It's
Great,
close.
great.
It's close by. It's out of the way.
Outstanding.
So yeah, my interesting cereal story here.
Yeah,
we'll keep this going.
That kicks this podcast off.
Yeah,
that's
2013.
That's 2013. That's what it's all about.
Like I've noticed that they normally don't have like house brand version of checks.
Yeah,
like they make you buy the
real checks,
the high end checks.
And
I'm convinced there's a conspiracy. There's money. One hand washing the other.
Well, it's like that. What was that story? I think Max posted it. Something about the McRib only being available when pork prices are at their lowest. It's like this arbitrage food or something. So maybe corn hits a certain point.
It's like we can
and
just
corn checks hit a certain point that they.
I love corn checks.
They're good. They're great. Yeah.
So
they're great. I like corn chips.
I've had
corn.
A lot.
I like cream
corn over the course of this break.
I like corn off the cob, like just little niblets.
Niblets? I can't really hang with niblets.
It's just like corn on the cob without the cob.
I feel like I need the cob.
I'm okay with the cob.
Ripping it off the cob. I think that's an important part of the process.
So I think that's just a boned wings versus boneless wings sort of thing, and I'll take either, but I prefer boneless because it's just easier and there's less waste afterwards. But actually, I mean, I think it's not entirely true with corn because I can kind of go either way.
I think that's different.
On the cob, off the cob. Well, what about if someone just took a knife and just like took the corn and just shucked it right off the cob and then presented it to you that way? So it was corn that was just recently on the cob.
See, here's the thing: is that I think the difference is that there's like a textural process of getting the corn off the cob that you just don't get when you have corn that's already been pre-cobbed.
Yeah.
And I think that's
you can't roll. You can't roll.
You do the roll.
Butter. There's.
Well, and also just the process. Like everyone has their own way.
Yeah,
you go side to side. You roll it.
Well, see,
to
me,
use a fork.
It sounds like that you're into the ritual.
Yeah, I think it's a big part of it.
Ritual.
I think it's an important part of it. It's passed down from generation to generation. My parents, their parents before them.
Yeah.
It's how we identify ourselves as corn eaters.
Cool. Well, we're here live. I mean, this will go up archived as an audio podcast, and I think this video will probably go up at some point too.
So this is me and Jeff in Jeff's bedroom. Because it's January the 1st, 2013, and we're not back at work yet.
Yeah. You go back tomorrow.
I go back tomorrow.
I go back Monday.
And I'll be back with I think it's gonna be like me and Vinny.
Cool.
Holding it down.
Yeah.
Because I think. Well, we'll find out. We're gonna check in with everyone else who's still out across.
Do we want to try to get? Do we want to try and get someone else on here?
So everyone else is still out of town. Like everyone else. I think is Vinny.
Brad is back. I think.
Brad's back?
Yeah.
Brad's back.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brad's back in town.
And Vinny did not leave town.
Vinny never left town, but Patrick is still.
Patrick's in Chicago. He's going to be there for a few more days, so he'll be there for a bit. And let's see here. I mean, who do we want to call? Oh wait, we got another contact. Okay, here's Vinny. We have Vinny on Skype now as well. So
let's check in with Vinny first because he had said that 2 to 3 was like kind of his window.
Yeah, it seemed like that was for him and Patrick both. So let's get Vinny on here.
Yeah, Vinny's a dad, and so I want to.
All right, video call.
We are using just every technology.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Vinny.
Oh, Jesus.
Hi.
Hello. Can you hear us?
I think so.
Okay.
I hear you, Jeff.
All right, great. You can hear us. And
That's right. I have to get over
you have to get over here because only one of these microphones works when we're using Skype.
Oh my gosh.
That's how good a setup we have here, Vinny.
There's a lot of pictures on the screen right now.
If you had for the Skype window, we have the picture-in-picture plus 2 picture-in-pictures inside that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
If you were here, this would work a lot better, I imagine.
Yeah. So if you just get in your car and come up, that'd be fine. We'll probably still be going.
So what's happening on the background?
Just some loop.
I don't know. Just Brad hanging out.
Okay, but Brad's not actually. That's not actually Brad.
That's not actual live Brad.
Crap.
No, I know. That's
we're gonna Skype in Brad later. So
yeah.
if you have any messages for Brad, we'll pass those along to him.
I don't.
All right.
But man, that's a lot of windows. I'm gonna see if I can move my windows.
All right.
Okay.
He's moving.
Yeah.
Because even on the stream.
Yeah, you can still see us in the corner. Us in the corner. We're creating some sort of horrible loop.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. How's it going?
It's going okay. I don't know.
You shaved your beard.
I shaved everything. Yeah.
What inspired that?
I felt dirty. I shaved and then spent about an hour in the shower. I'm trying to turn your volume up.
So I went the other way with it and decided I just wanted to feel as dirty as possible. Yeah. So, yeah, but it's actually, so I've not necessarily had to shave. So I bought new sheets.
Good for you.
Whatever. There was this pair of sheets. They were billed as performance sheets with moisture wicking technology. Oh my
God, that sounds great.
And
but where does it wick it to? Your mattress?
I don't really.
Don't think about that, man.
Okay.
I don't want to put too much thought into where the wicking happens. And there's a little bit of spandex in them, so it's got a bit of a stretch. And they build them
because they're performance.
They're performance sheets for when you're performing.
For athletes.
Yeah, which they try to. Right. I mean, they try to bill it in both ways, and it's kind of creepy. But I tried to look past
they're
that.
They're sheets for fucking in.
They were
what?
Anyway.
Sorry.
They're for athletes that need that moisture to be wicked away.
But
the problem is something about the stretchiness in them makes them like claw on to any amount, of if you have a callus or anything like that, it'll just snag on the sheets, and then it occasionally just grabs on your arm and leg hair.
Oh.
And so I'm just like laying in bed, like if I'm laying perfectly still, like these are the most awesome sheets ever. But if I'm attempting to perform, it's fucking crazy. It's just like I'm stretched. It's ripping out my hair.
Can I go and try? Can I rub my arm on your?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah. All right, he's gonna go over there and give it a shot. If you have the bottom of your feet actually would be like any kind of calloused surface, but I don't know if I want you doing that. I don't know if I'm okay with this. They feel weird, right?
They're weird.
Yeah. But they're all right, except for the part where they're horrible.
Yeah, even on the palms of my hands.
Yeah, you can kind of feel them just snagging up and stuff like that. So I don't understand. Like that's.
So you need to shave your whole body.
Yeah. So okay. That's pretty much where this is heading from here. Is shave my whole body and then just I'm gonna start bathing in lotion, so that any kind of bottom of the foot callus or anything like that is taken care of.
Well, that's the New Year's resolution.
Right, exactly.
Plenty of gaff tape back at the office.
Oh, Jesus.
Full wax.
What are you doing?
What's that?
Vinny, what are you doing?
Right now?
Or just in general?
I've been hanging out with the family a lot. Yesterday we went hiking, the three of us, and that was fun. Until we got kind of lost in Mount Diablo, and then there was a lot of uncertainty of, are you going to be able to make it down this path with a baby strapped to you, and a lot of sitting on your butt, and then me going first. And it was very adventurous. I kind of liked it. Like, let me scout ahead. I'll scout ahead this path in this, totally pedestrian hiking path. But any drop that's over, 12 inches suddenly becomes a peril with the squirming child on you.
And coyotes, right? I mean,
mountain lions.
Right.
I brought 4 knives, and a taser.
Do you have your K-bar with you?
No, I left that back at home just in case I had to run home and I lost all my knives while I was camping.
There's a Doomsday Preppers marathon happening right now.
No, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I've been kind of going back and forth between Doomsday Preppers and Twilight Zone for my New Year's marathon needs.
Huh. I can't watch that show anymore. I watched 2 episodes until a guy shot his finger off, and then I stopped watching.
That seems like the opposite of prepping for doomsday. Well, I don't know. I guess maybe there's something to know about, the limits, your threshold for pain, right? You'll need to know that when the end times come.
Well, it was terrible because the guy was all psyched and he brought his family out like to go practice with the guns, and he was trying to show off, and then it just went real bad on camera. Just shot the tip of his finger off. Like, what's the tip of your finger doing in front of the barrel?
I bet everyone responsible for making that show was simultaneously horrified and pumped.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, awesome. Oh, that's so great. We're gonna have to pay this guy, but it's worth it.
He lost. I think they had to like he lost a knuckle basically, and they had to join. They skip a knuckle on his finger.
Yeah, my dad is missing the middle finger on his right hand, and it got ripped off in some sort of tire machine. So they ended up taking whatever tendons or whatever and putting them into one of the other fingers. So he has one finger that is just twice as strong or something. And
wow.
It's really fun to watch people shake hands with him because they all immediately either immediately look down or have to fight this urge to look down and go, what the fuck is going on with this guy's hand?
Wait, so one of his fingers is like a super finger?
One of his fingers, it's not wider or anything like that. It just looks like a finger.
It's got more tendons.
But it's got more stuff in it. It's got stuff from the other finger in it.
Can I just elect to do that?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. There's that 60 Minutes story about people moving stuff with their arms, with robot arms. You could probably
these 3 fingers, just get rid of it and just put it into the middle finger. I just want to have the strongest middle finger. I want to have a middle finger that when it flips up can actually hurt someone.
I feel like you should just do workouts. There's probably like stuff you can do to strengthen your finger without actually removing the other fingers.
I'm already feeling it in the forearm.
It's the only way.
The only way? All right.
Yeah,
well, if it's the only way, then it's the only way.
Yeah.
We'll get John Hopkins on the phone and see if he can do it.
CBS Medical should cover that, right?
Yeah, probably. Elective finger removal. Yeah.
No, I'm removing fingers. Fingers are staying. I'm just going to move the tendons.
Oh, so you have the finger. You just have these limp.
Yeah, so
nothing...
these fingers will suck, but the middle finger will be awesome.
I don't know about that. That just seems like a recipe for those fingers getting damaged because they're not able to control themselves.
Who cares though? Because you don't even need them.
That's a good point. I don't know.
I saw Looper.
How was that?
It's really good.
I need to watch that. I've been meaning
to watch it as well.
And so, without spoiling anything, this is kind of awesome part where
No. I've heard about that part. But don't spoil it.
With the fingers.
Yeah, don't say anything about it. I've heard about it. It sounds awesome, but other people shouldn't hear about it. You should just go see it.
Oh, it's terrible.
I know it sounds fucked up.
It's so fucked up. Anyway, fingers. If you like a good finger missing, then you should watch Looper.
I saw Django Unchained, and you see all of Jamie Foxx's cock.
Like all of it?
Like the whole thing.
What?
He's hanging upside down. They've got like a top-down shot, so you see like his balls, and then the rest, and then there's a front shot, and it's just hanging there, and then Walton Goggins comes up and threatens to cut it off. You see the whole thing. It's daring cinema.
And it's real? Not standing?
So. I believe it.
Yeah.
He sells it.
Okay.
Acting.
I finally watched the Art of Rap. Something from Nothing.
I watched that too.
The Ice-T documentary.
The best part of that is all of the helicopter shots of New York.
Oh,
and
they're
LA.
fucking beautiful. Like all these overhead shots, just like really steady shots overhead.
Just cool, like soundtrack, like using great music on those shots. But all of the interview stuff was kind of.
It's just none of it goes long enough.
Yeah,
like he obviously has access to all these pretty interesting people that were instrumental in a lot of different eras of making hip hop what it is.
Who's Grandmaster Caz?
Yeah.
That part was fucking awesome.
Yeah, and he's probably in it the most, which is fine. But then it's like, oh, let's talk to Dougie Fresh for 90 seconds. And you're like, well, what? Like it should have been a TV series where it's just like, here's a half hour with MC Light. And some some episodes will be more interesting than others. Like I don't think Salt had much to say, other than I'm not really rapping anymore. Whatever. They left out that part where like super into Jesus and not into singing Push It. But hey,
I just like the part where it was just her in just like her suburban home,
right?
Just as far removed from Salt and Peppa as possible,
right? Yeah.
No, Art of Rap is
recommended.
Recommended, but I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. should.
How much you have to be into rap?
Yeah, all the way probably.
There's
some parts that I think would be interesting.
I think it's worth watching just for the helicopter shots of New York and LA and the way they set those up, like just all the
Detroit. There's a bunch of Detroit shots.
Yeah. But the New York and LA shots are like that's the best stuff.
Yeah,
for sure. Vin, did you play any games over the break?
I finished Far Cry, and that was pretty dumb. The ending for that was so I didn't realize you got a choice at the end, and then
yeah,
I did the one choice, and I got my ending, and I was like, oh, I really wonder what happens if you do the other choice. It's pretty vicious. I did not realize.
Did you find a way to do the other choice in game?
No,
watch the other ending somewhere else.
I watched the other ending.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing too. Because it drops you back in, but there's no like, hey, play the last mission again so you can make the other choice, which I thought was kind of dumb.
Yeah, no, I watched it, and yeah, that was it was also pretty dumb.
They're both they're both pretty dumb endings.
Pretty dumb, but I had a good time with the game for the most part, and until some of the end where I feel like they just got rid of any of the stealth part, and then it made you shoot your way out of most situations.
Well, it's the stealth part I think changes because once you get the uniform, like just the nature of what that game is kind of changes on that whole island.
Sure.
And then they have to gin up like, oh, this outpost is a restricted area, so they'll shoot anybody.
Yeah.
But if so that they still have that stuff going, but yeah, some of that stuff's a little weird.
Yeah. Well, finish that. That's out of the way. Did all the outposts and the towers and stuff, and that wasn't worth it. Started playing some more Halo, trying to finish that up.
Yeah.
And I just keep getting bored. Like I keep doing parts and keep getting bored. So
yeah. I found that was a good game to play in short stretches. Like when I was enjoying it, it's like I would do a chapter and then I would just walk away. I'd go do something else. And,
right.
And I found that to be enjoyable. But yeah, if you're looking for like stretches, I don't think that's the game for it.
Oh. But that's all I've played so far. I've been trying to kind of spend time with the little one, which makes me want to play games more.
Well, thanks for letting us check in with you here, our first podcast of 2013.
Sure. Yeah. See you guys soon.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Sure. And I think I might want to do a live stream of that Sleeping Dogs DLC that came out before we left.
Okay.
The fight DLC.
Fight.
And when I get back, we should do a quick look of Drox Operative, which is this kind of awesome independent action RPG in space with some kind of Civ elements to it, which is one of the few things I've been playing.
Sure.
Yeah.
We should probably do some quick looks next year.
Should make some content once we get back into the office. That's probably a good idea.
I mean, you guys play it by ear. I mean, I'll be back on Monday and whatever we can figure it out then. If you just want to spend 3 days live streaming you guys just doing push-ups or whatever, that's probably fine.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
It's been done before. We got to change the internet again. Sit-ups.
All right. Crunches.
All right.
Zumba.
See you guys.
Bye, Vinny.
Bye.
I
think he has to hang up because I don't know how to hang up.
Bye.
I'll
hang up.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
All right.
Back to the single shot here.
Yeah.
I can move back over here.
You can. And I ended up turning up this microphone way loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit now that I'll be a little more up on it.
Well, that was fun. Good to talk to Vinny.
Yeah.
Jeff, you have a rare thing here.
I do, and I'm going to crack mine open now.
You have
against my better judgment.
Yeah, no, against my better judgment, I accepted one of these.
Yeah.
I have not had one of these since 2009.
That sounds about right.
Maybe,
guess.
Probably right around 2009.
Yeah.
Maybe 2010.
That was when we brought they were already banned, but I brought the last of what I had to E3, right?
Yeah. I think that was when 2009. Pre-ban Sparks.
Yeah.
This stuff is illegal now. can't sell this in the States. But
Exactly. I have 2 cases of it that I got from a friend. She gave it to me, a little Christmas gift there. She had been holding on to it since they banned it or whatever.
Right.
She got a couple cases of it, and it still tastes bad. I don't know.
Yeah, Sparks is still terrible.
Yeah. And it still has all the energy business in it, which is, that really, I realized I stopped drinking as much kind of across the board when they changed the formula on Sparks and Four Loko and everything like that.
I kind of did too, but I wasn't really drinking that much Sparks or Four Loko at that time. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Vinny talked about a couple of games that he was playing. I got to say, just to get this out of the way, over the break, the only game I played was XCOM.
Really?
That was all I played.
Yeah.
I had my little brother came over and stayed with me for a couple days right before Christmas, and he had never heard of nor seen XCOM, so I'm like, oh, dude, you have to check this shit out.
Yeah.
And ended up spending like a solid day just like playing. I had started a Iron Man. I'm pretty sure it was an Iron Man classic game.
Okay.
So a step up from what I had been playing.
Yeah.
And so we got into that, and I pretty much just played that with him all day, like Christmas Eve, and time well spent. That game is still fucking awesome.
Yeah.
After doing that, I felt that much more confident in our choice of like, yes, this is the only game that I'm playing right now. Like that, this is the best choice for game of the year.
I messed around a little bit with the Forza Horizon Rally Pack thing.
That is in my Xbox, and that was going to be after
my
XCOM game went down the fucking toilet.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my god. Oh, dude.
Play it on normal for a good long time, or easy or something, and then step up to Iron Man Classic. I imagine that's
having to go. Yeah, I played on normal for the most part, but not Iron Man. Having to sell everything in the gray market just to have dudes.
Oh, just straight up, like you just needed fucking
I was
bodies.
Like I just full wipe 3 missions in a row. Like I had the alien base mission was like right there and ready to go, but I knew that I just didn't have a squad that was good enough to take that on.
Right.
If I can't do a regular mission,
yeah, you're not gonna be able to take that base.
I'm not gonna be able to take that fucking base.
That was a big hurdle for me for a while. Was that first alien base? It was just didn't have dudes.
So I still have this game going. I haven't flushed it all the way down the toilet here. And I realize I've never actually seen like what the bad end game is in XCOM.
Oh, like when you just like lose, just can't do anything.
I always just get to the point where it's like, oh, this isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I stop playing and I start a new game and just move on from there. So I actually kind of want to go through with this and see what happens.
Yeah.
And
once every country just says like, man, fuck you.
It's close. It's like 4 or 5 bars of panic level for everyone. It's bad news. But yeah, that's pretty much all I played. And then I got close to checking out some Forza Horizon, some of that Rally Pack stuff, but I didn't.
The Rally Pack stuff, I don't think it's a great fit with Forza. It's launched separately, and it throws you into these off-road scenarios. But it plays like a rally game. Like you've got co-pilot audio of a guy going long, 30, mid, right, dip, narrows.
Is it a dude?
It's a dude and talking super robotically, which I don't know if real rally drivers talk that robotically or if that's just what SNES rally games and PlayStation 1 rally games all sounded like. I don't know.
Dirt 2.
I don't know from real rally racing.
Dirt 2, the best rally co-driver.
Yeah,
in any game.
As actual personality, because this is just this just sounds
like when they changed it for Dirt 3, I was inconsolable.
Yeah.
It makes all the difference. But that's weird that it just like it starts up a whole different thing. You're not in the Horizon area.
Yeah, like it's different. It's got like 5 cars and 5 rallies, each with its own stages. And I don't know if maybe later there are some rallycross things where you have multiple cars, but it's all just rally. It's all just time trial on these dirt tracks. And it just seems so far away from the things I liked about Forza Horizon to begin with that it just does absolutely zero for me. So I didn't like it at all. But it still looks great.
Sure.
It still looks nice. So it definitely has that going for it. Should we get Patrick on here? He seemed like he wanted to go between 2 and 3.
Was he the other time-sensitive dude here?
Yeah, let's...
we have...
He's on a mobile device, so that should be...
Oh, that's going to be good. Wait, before we call him, we have the advantage here today of having the chat since we're doing this live.
Yeah.
Is there anything coming out of the chat that is worth addressing here, or...
I don't know. Let me see what the replies that have come in my direction are. When is Roller Games coming back? I don't know.
God, that's a great question.
That's a great question. But we don't have the answer to it.
Yeah,
sadly enough.
Sorry.
Yeah. So let's get Patrick on here and see if that works.
Okay. Means I'm gonna have to move back.
You have to move back over here.
I feel like Patrick is gonna be the most stoked about pre-band Sparks here.
Yeah. Remember the time I snuck those cans of pre-band Sparks into that Kotaku party?
Oh, that was the best.
All right, here's Patrick now. We don't have...
we have no image.
No video. Oh, wait. All right.
One.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, look at that. Oh, man.
I'm wearing 2 flannels.
Is it
flannel?
cold?
Flannel.
Double flannel.
It's a vacation, so why not?
Live a little. That's why we're drinking pre-band Sparks over here.
Oh, I have a Four Loko somewhere, but I'm not going to drink that.
Good call.
Why not? It's vacation. What are you doing? You just said, I mean, you're wearing 2 flannels. Like, finish the job.
I've already spent the entire day being hungover. I don't know how fast that would help.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the old stuff that still has the energy in it, that actually probably would at least fool you into thinking you didn't have as bad a hangover.
So Chicago New Year's, what's that like?
Drunk. It was a party where at midnight, then everyone switched into sweatpants.
Kinky.
It's funny because I was wearing sweatpants before midnight.
Oh.
That's
you guys have transitioned into the staying home for New Year's part of your life.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, I absolutely I turned down party invites.
I was out for a while, and it just ended up that a lot of the people that I would normally hang out with on New Year's all had the flu and all that, or were working and stuff like that. So it ended up kind of putting a bullet in anything too crazy other than hang out downtown and drink. Well, I can do that any night.
I can already tell my friends that it's starting to wind down when it's like at 10 p.m. It's really hard to motivate yourself to get off that couch. It's so much easier to sit with a 30-pack and just stay on the couch.
Just keep it rolling.
That does sound all right.
We just played a lot. We played it beforehand. I was curious to see how Space Team would play with a bunch of non-video game people, and immediately just fucking chaos.
But like good chaos?
Yeah, because what we actually did, we sat down and came up with the strategy. So we had an order. So we would go, someone went first, the next person went second. We made sure we stuck to the order, even if it meant things were getting out of control. But because we had order to the chaos, we actually made it like past like section 10.
Oh, wow. That's deep.
At which point it gets really fucking crazy because it starts ditching having actual words, and there are symbols that you have to describe to people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, one of they issued that 1.1 update actually has more symbols as one of the add-ons you can buy. So you can kind of turn on logo mode, and it'll guarantee that from the beginning it'll always have at least
like an
one
extra hard
station.
mode.
Yeah.
Because once you get an order down, like the first 6 phases are meaningless. Like there is 0 difficulty to it as long as you keep people going in a pecking order.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is sometimes the symbols will be represented as text, so it'll be like cipher, or it'll be describing the symbol in text as opposed to you having to like describe the symbol for yourself. So you're not even sure so you'll announce the text, and then people have to figure out if they have that symbol. Like you have to know what that symbol represents through text. There was one time where we completely lost it on like section 9 because someone had the symbol, but just had no idea that's what it represented. So
the person who's delivering the information doesn't even really know what the shape or the image is.
No, they're just reading. They're
all
just
they have
reading
is
the
the
text. Yeah, and so the other person has to know that's a symbol, but we all had symbols on our thing, but had no idea that's what we were supposed to press. Like it's completely out of control. But it's really fun once you start to kind of get down into a system.
That's cool. We should definitely play more of it when everybody gets back in.
I don't like this whole system bullshit, though. I'm really opposed to...
Well, if you don't like the system, then I think the way to circumvent that is there's one of the other upgrades you can buy just starts you at Sector 10. So you can just start from a point where it's super fucked and play that way.
When the system doesn't mean anything because it gets too fast that everyone just gets impatient. That some asshole clearly can't find the thing on his board, and you know that asshole's the one that's got it on his board. So everyone just begins shouting. So the system just allows you to get deeper, and then at some point, I'm sure you could be disciplined, but you get so impatient because you're waiting for one dude to find the thing on his board. But the symbols are really funny because they'll be like one was just a guy drowning.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So you're seeing it more as just like way to get people who aren't familiar with it up to speed more quickly.
Yeah, because Space Team is incredibly simple, but explaining it makes it sound very complicated. Mm-hmm. Like the moment you play it, you get what's going on, but trying to explain this idea of, well, you've got a board and you don't have pieces on it, but there are pieces on other people's board. It makes it sound like it's this really complex game when it is in fact very simple. But we had a selection of like iPhones and iPads. The only problem we had was we kept getting an incredible amount of disconnect errors, which was
weird.
really, really frustrating. You can connect over Bluetooth, but it just doesn't. It doesn't.
I found that to be even dodgier.
We would get if we managed to get past Sector 1 for whatever reason, it would hold the whole game. But we had tons of times where it was just we'd have rooms of 2 people in another room of 2 people, and we couldn't get them all in the same room. So I don't know if that's just a factor of we were using Bluetooth, or if that's something they can actually address. But
I'm more interested in trying to introduce more obstacles into Space Team. Like I want to put people like drunk people in a car. I want people in multiple rooms, like trying to communicate, like yelling from room to room. Like that's what I want to add to Space Team. I want more chaos.
Or what if everyone is cut off and can't see any of the other players, and everyone's just talking into microphones and wearing headphones, so you can hear everything, but you can't see each other. So there's no like
all that kind of stuff. That's where Space Team gets really interesting to me.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of fun with that, and it's been fun when you find some new group because basically everyone has iOS devices now. So, and the fact that it's free makes it such a, I feel like I regret that more people aren't paying for it, but at the same time, when I get like a group of 6 people in a room on New Year's Eve, if I can just say just download Space Team, it doesn't cost anything. By the end of it, everyone loved it so much they were just paying for the little upgrade as like a tip jar. But if that was 99 cents, I think that would have been, there's just like the mental barrier to just purchasing it.
Yeah, I think it's probably, well, I don't know. I mean, I ended up buying a couple of the upgrades, and I haven't even played the game much since we played it.
Yeah.
Just because it was so awesome, I was like, I should give that guy $2. So, yeah. I don't know. It seems like if just enough people are doing that, then it probably offsets that whole free thing.
Patrick, what's happening in news?
Jack shit. Jack shit. I haven't played a video game this past 2.5 weeks.
Very good.
That sounds awesome.
Good. Great.
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned on the podcast before, I sort of put myself on the fact that I have no time. There are 3 different families that have to be visited, when we come home. Uh-huh. And you divide that time up in addition to trying to catch up with friends. At that point, like time for sitting around and playing a video game just sort of evaporates. And then also we cram so much in the last couple of weeks of the year that I don't know. It's sort of nice to just not think in that mode at all for a little while.
How'd
the Wii U do? Did you I remember you saying you were going to try to bring that back?
I brought it home again. No one brought it up.
Yeah.
And when I brought it home for Thanksgiving, everyone really enjoyed it. Like had a ton of fun with it. But whereas with the Wii, I don't know if it was because it had an increased amount of novelty, but people were asking like, "Hey, we should play that." Or having bowling on in the background was just sort of a background noise to having like a gathering of friends. Whereas the Wii U is a bit more involved for all the games. There's a lot more shouting and communication. It's not just like, "Hey, there's a bunch of Wiimotes on the sitting on the table. If you want to play bowling, just get up and play." But beyond that, no one. I had it sitting out in case. The test this time was, did anyone remember it? Would anyone want to like bring it up? Hey, this is something we should do tonight, and just zero, no interest. It didn't help that I didn't realize half my remotes didn't have Motion Plus in it, which sort of kills the mood when you can't play half the games in Nintendo Land without that.
But I think it kind of speaks to like that core difference between the Wii and the Wii U, where the Wii was very simple to set up and to start playing. It didn't take much to just get up and go. With the Wii U, it seems like you have to just go through some fucking acrobatics just to get a game going.
Yeah, there's just more to setting it up, and the games are structurally more involved. Mechanically more involved. They're more video gamey than if we're looking at the bar being Wii Sports. And that just turns off a lot of people. So a lot, I had some friends that have at least a certain level of interest or competency with video games that could sit down and play some of that Nintendo Land stuff. But other people look at that big gamepad and just go, no, I don't pick things up that operate with that. And even though a lot of the stuff is touchscreen based, a lot of the very presence of the buttons turns people off. Sure. So I'm certainly not getting the whole lot of impression that, and I've also heard no one talk about it. When the Wii came out, people that didn't play video games were bringing it up, like, "Oh, have you heard this?" Or "I played this at so-and-so's house over the holidays," and zero. It sounds like it's selling okay, but it sounds like maybe Nintendo has returned to Nintendo levels of selling things, where kind of in the GameCube era, where they're selling to an audience, but they're not at all reaching outside of it. Right. It's still too early to make any broad proclamations, but at least in terms of like the buzz of hearing what usually you hear other people talking about it, like not hearing anything on my side of the world.
The Chicagoland area unimpressed with the Wii U.
Unimpressed.
They only play pinball out there. Now I saw like Best Buy was like including Nintendo Land with the basic Wii now.
Yeah, didn't they I saw that sale too. That does not seem to bode well for the amount of inventory that everyone has.
Yeah. But I guess we'll have to wait and see how that stuff goes. Definitely didn't see a too much talk about the Vita past kind of those initial Thanksgiving sales. There wasn't like a big like Christmas like, yeah, I got the Vita either.
No, it sounds like a lot of people, there's certainly an audience that would pick it up. You saw a ton of people like Brad, picking up that Thanksgiving deal that was on Amazon. So there are ways they can entice people, I think, that already play a lot of video games to be like, like I do, I want to get one. And, I'll pick one up after I finish putting together the PC that I keep saying I'm going to put together. But yeah, you don't want to declare a machine dead, but there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of life. And you look at the release schedule for 2013, and it's like if Soul Sacrifice is your big game for 2013, no offense to Inafune, but that doesn't bode well for even the people that just want to play video games.
Yeah, well, I think unlike the other current generation systems, E3 will be a place where they could announce new Vita stuff. Whereas, with the kind of the weird bind everyone's in with not having new hardware announced and having to hold back game announcements because of that, at least the Vita, you can look at it and go like, well, there'll probably be some announcements leading up to E3. It's safe to assume they will have some rush of Vita things for E3.
Just wasn't a great video game holiday this year. Like, there were some good games, but as far as the hardware went, there was just no reason to go out there and buy stuff, really.
Yeah, it's gonna be really curious next year. The new hardware is certainly going to get everyone excited. I know we're all excited for new sets of hardware, but I think that's the true where the rubber meets the road on like how much has mobile eroded like the traditional gaming experience. Is like, do we just see diminishing returns even if there's a new level of technological prowess from this hardware? Is the zeitgeist move to other devices? Because certainly people I talk to out here that play games casually, like they just pick up a Call of Duty or Madden or Halo. They seem pretty happy with the thing they've got. And they're really going to have, it's not going to be just a matter of putting out a new machine. I think people are starting to get off that. People didn't used to pay $500 for a brand new phone every 2 years. Now they do. And the impression I get is a lot of people are putting their console money into making sure they can have the fanciest new iPhone every couple of years, which, that wouldn't surprise me if that's where that money is just getting allocated, because that's certainly the feeling I get from the people I talk to.
For sure.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, Patrick, we're gonna cut you loose, let you get back to vacationing. Enjoy the rest of your week off, the rest of your double
luxurious.
All right. Well, I will see you guys next week to enjoy Are you guys going into the office this week?
I'm not.
Good. See, you got it. Put on some flannel.
Exactly. I got dressed for this, so.
Well, I can't see what's going on below in the video, so you could be rocking as much or as little as you want.
Yeah,
I could be rocking less. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
All right, I'll leave you guys to it.
All right.
And do you have anything that you want to say to Brad, who I guess is our next call here?
It sounds like once again he's found a reason to not play Sword and Sorcery, despite him saying for like the last year and a half, "Oh, I'll play it when I buy an iOS device," which I never believed he would do.
Yeah.
Because he always talked about it and never actually enacted it. So. Find out what his damn excuse is this time.
All right, we will.
Bye, Patrick. All right. That was Patrick Klepek.
That was.
He looked comfy.
Chicago's own. Yeah, he looks like he's been there for about 4 days or something.
Just back in home mode.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's take a look at the chat here. See,
why not?
How it's going here. If anyone's got questions while we're going through this, I'm looking at my replies tab. So make sure you direct those to me.
Chat.
Are we excited for Ni no Kuni? I think it looks really cool. I played a chunk of it back at E3 and thought it looked nice.
The level 5.
Yeah. It seems kind of cool. I don't know that it's necessarily for me, but I thought it looked really nice.
It does look really nice.
Yeah,
I'll give it that. Yeah, that's about the extent I'd say for me right now.
Yeah. Any games from the Steam sale?
I have not even looked at Steam.
No, I looked at it a couple of times and thought like I have all this stuff, and that was that.
I mean, we've had this problem for like the past 2 years with Steam and like the holiday Steam sale.
I don't know that I would call it a problem,
but the diminishing returns of the Steam sales where. We have like where they do these big publisher sales.
Yeah, and it's like kind of the same publishers every time.
It's the same handful of publishers. Yeah. It's like maybe they add one thing, but you're like, that's awesome, and this is a great deal. Like hands down, no question. But if I already own 90% of these games, like it's not as meaningful to me. And I feel
totally.
Like, with the Warner Brothers stuff, Ubisoft stuff, 2K stuff, the Square Enix stuff, like they always do those big awesome publisher bundles. I know. Bethesda's done a lot more this year as well, but
I think I ended up buying Ace of Spades when it was
Love Lemmy
$2 off or something like that.
It's his best song.
Yeah, and it's great that they're selling it on Steam now too.
Finally, just broadening.
It's not that Steam's getting into music; it's getting into the Motorhead business, specifically
the Lemmy business. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's just just Ace of Spades
is a boom,
and that episode of the Young Ones that they were on. You can get both those.
I can have out of there in Steam.
Yeah, right there in Steam. Just it's Indie Game the Movie, Ace of Spades music video, that episode of the Young Ones.
That's Bambi is the name of that episode.
Bambi, that's it. That is Bambi. You're right. Yeah. Were they on 2 episodes?
No.
It's one band doubled up, didn't they? I want to say there was one band that was on twice, but Dexy's Midnight Runner's on twice.
I think Dexy's might have been on twice.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat. If you know what band was on the Young Ones twice.
Yeah, important stuff here.
We can't remember.
Yeah. Looking at
have either of you beaten XCOM on Iron Man Classic yet? No. Like I said, the game I got to the first alien base, which is kind of like
it was Madness. Madness was on twice.
Okay, yes, Madness.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you, chat.
Yeah.
Staring me right in the face. Should have known that one.
Yeah, of all the bands. I mean,
of all the bands, obviously, it would be Madness.
Madness, totally.
Yeah, no, XCOM Classic Iron Man fucking me up real bad. I might try it again. I'm not sure that I necessarily learned a lot in this process of like, oh, this is what I should have done.
Right.
Or, I screwed this up. It's like all the patience that you have to play XCOM well is just exponentially more so when you're playing it at that level. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is. So,
did you know that there's a TV show called One Step Beyond, and I'm pretty sure that's what the song One Step Beyond is based on?
no kidding.
Yeah, I've been watching it. It's like a great like late 50s, early 60s like Twilight Zone knockoff.
Oh, weird.
Like third tier, like total oh god, what's the other one? What's the other like obvious
Not like Outer Limits.
Outer
right?
Limits? Yeah. It has that sort of vibe.
Okay.
They just threw it up on Netflix. It's available for streaming all over the place.
Is it British?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, it is not.
Because a British Twilight Zone sounds super exciting.
Sounds super exciting. You're right. No, I don't believe it's British. I don't believe anything. Yeah, it seems pretty Americano.
Yeah. I started watching. I was rewatching the Peter Serafinowicz show.
Uh-huh.
It was his sketch show. That's pretty good. And then Jam.
I don't know what that is.
It is a sketch show in the loosest sense possible, in that it is just this sort of fucked up stream of British fucking nonsense. Not even in the typical British comedy sense, but in this just like real dark. It's real dark, and then there's a bunch of ambient music played over it, and the whole thing just looks like a fucking nightmare. And there are only six episodes of it in the series, and you're like, that's for a reason, because I couldn't take any more of this.
You guys
couldn't. Much.
Your bodies would have failed you had you tried to create more of this.
There's one.
Let's not get into it. Let's get it next call.
Yeah, let's get Brad on the line here.
I watched Repo Man this morning.
Really? Mm-hmm. How was it?
It's still great. I love that movie. I don't think I love it as much as Tim Tracy loves it. But
Tim Tracy tries to live Repo Man, and I admire that about him.
I enjoy Repo Man, but
we are working on getting Brad on, and your phone's ringing.
My phone's ringing. I got to go take this phone call. I'll be back.
Okay. Hello, Brad.
Hi.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
What
or I
happened to
can
my
hear
video?
you. And then now video is starting. All right.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going? Ryan went to go take a phone call. I don't know
Yeah?
what it seemed like it was pretty important. He kind of ran out.
So we can say bad stuff about him?
Exactly. What the fuck is with that piece of shit? My God,
fuck
what an
him.
asshole.
Fuck him.
God damn it. 2013, the year of fuck that guy. Fuck him.
Yep. Speaking of fuck him,
Yeah.
fuck Patrick.
Oh,
Boosh!
is that all right? Is that
Yep.
you? Is that you just launching it and then? So have you
Mess.
played through it, or is this just
That's being talked undeservedly. No, I haven't started it yet. But
okay? All right. Well, that's. I mean, I think
I am
having it
quit.
on your iPad does not necessarily count.
Well, the last time me and him spoke about playing that game, I didn't have an iPad. So
Yeah. All right.
we
Well,
put it that way.
yeah. I
I
guess
went out and equipped myself.
Sure. So I hooked a PC up to my TV
Oh yeah?
in my living room. I realized that it's because I had 3 working PCs in here and like a recent old video card. I took my previous PC, which is not I don't even know what is in it processor wise, and then took like the 5 whatever that I had in this PC before I went and got the 680 or 670 that I sold to you, and then the 680 or whatever it was, and put that in there so it would have a faster video card, and then put it out there. But I'm only running XBMC on it. I haven't hooked a controller up to it. I haven't done any big picture stuff. I think it could probably run a handful of games at 1080 without any real trouble.
Oh sure.
But I mostly just wanted to get some media streaming going out there. So
Right. Well, that's not a bad card. You should do pretty well with that. That's what I was on before I got that card you gave me.
yeah, I mean, even with an older processor, I'm trying to think like how old that machine would be. It'd probably be like 4 or 5 years old at this point. I think I got
Yeah, that might be pushing it.
Yeah. So I think that would be a limiting factor, but you know, it could probably run some stuff. I was playing Trackmania 2 on it just fine. or mostly fine before upgrading to this entirely different box. So
is this your new living room PC?
Yeah. It is my old PC,
right.
So it's just kind of cobbled together parts. And then I guess I want to get like one of those wireless keypad things like you've got.
Yes, the Logitech K400. I want to call it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Yeah, that thing's awesome.
Yeah, so I tried going the complete opposite direction of that and use Splash Top to control my PC.
Yeah.
When it's on the TV.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay.
That sucks.
Out?
That's terrible.
Well, there's just enough. I mean, so when I'm running XBMC on it, there is a good iPad or just an iOS remote for XBMC. So I can navigate the library and do all that stuff perfectly from there. So it's really only if I need to actually do something real with that computer that I have to do something else with it. But then I can usually just kind of come back to this room and remote desktop into it if I want to do that. But I do have a mouse and keyboard hooked up to it there, so I can just get down there on my hands and knees and defrag it or do whatever stupid crap that I need to actually do. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty awesome, and I don't know. It seems like something that we have run into trouble with overscan stuff. But there's just a setting in the NVIDIA control panel stuff where you can just set the overscan there, and it just feeds that resolution out to games. So it's like it's set to 1080, but it's really 18 something by 1020 or something. So it just feeds it this creepy resolution to deal with all the overscan, which ended up being a nice, if less than ideal, solution to that problem. I don't know. Seemed all right.
Yeah, I just use TV settings for that stuff.
See, I don't. My TV doesn't have settings for it. So
that's a problem.
I would need to dig into the advanced settings. And I tried to do it with this one. This is with a Sharp Aquos, and I was able to get like halfway through the bullshit hold down all the buttons process to open up advanced mode to the point where the letter K appeared on my screen, but then I couldn't actually get into the mode from there. And then on this one out there, this one out there, I haven't even looked up how to get into service mode on this Samsung, but I'm sure that there is a way.
But that Panasonic that Brad and I both have, that thing is like all those settings are just like top level, like super easy to get to.
Yeah,
that thing knows what's up.
It seems like that should be in everything. And then when I had it hooked up in here, I have a home theater thing in here that's all HDMI and everything. So I wonder if even that could be. I have video piping through that, so I wonder if that could be exacerbating the problem at all in here. But
it's a Denon.
Yeah,
that might even have its own settings. That's the problem with all this stuff is that there's like just 18 different points that could be the thing that's causing the overscan issue.
Yeah, but not that big of a deal because I'm mostly just gonna watch video on it, and it looks fine. So I don't know.
As long as you can get to all that interface stuff, like that's the only real issue.
Yeah,
I've ever found.
Yeah.
Brad, how's your break?
Good. Fattening.
Did you play any Sword and Sorcery?
No, I'm kind of losing you guys here. I've had it up, but I haven't started the game yet. So
Patrick said that you wouldn't.
He's full of shit.
He said that you
what?
would.
I bought an iPad and I bought the game. So.
But have you started playing it yet?
No, that's coming.
Well,
if I wasn't
Patrick's...
if I wasn't so busy running around Roma and buying every business I could possibly find, I might play that game.
So you got your Brotherhood game going?
Yeah, I kind of got bit in the ass. Did you guys catch the news about the cloud saves on Xbox going down for like 3 days?
Yeah.
So I was like right in the eye of the storm on that because I started Brotherhood in North Carolina, saved it on another Xbox and just put it in the cloud, and I was like, it'll be there when I get home. And the cloud saves went down at some point while I was in the air.
Awesome.
And I got back, and it was like another 2 days after that before they got that stuff fixed. So my save was actually, it was kind of like a strong counterpoint to our best trend from the awards of the day one digital stuff, because all that cloud stuff is all well and good until it stops working, and then you're just kind of stuck,
Yeah.
But it finally came back up. Played some Sleepy Dogs in the meantime, so.
I know about technology failures because at one point, I couldn't control my thermostat from my phone, and I had to actually get out of bed to turn the thermostat up, and it was a bunch of horse shit.
Let me just load up the app.
2013 sucks, huh?
Yeah, I know. It was a real bummer.
No, Nest can't control your thermostat because it can't connect.
See, that's the Nest website was down, or apparently is still down.
No, I don't know what temperature it's in my house.
So it was a real temperature apocalypse. I had to get out of bed, and it was cold, and it was pretty fucked up. I was not a fan.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I can't.
Let me see if I can get on. Let me see if I can.
I
get
even
on.
have a more futuristic version of the Nest. I have the Nest 2.0.
Ugh. It's just down. It's just fucking down.
Oh, it's the worst.
I would have to go out into this hallway. I would have to take like 15 steps
yeah.
to get to the thermostat to turn it down.
Upwards of 10 feet.
And
So hang on. You can't even access that thing locally if their offsite services are not working.
No, local. I can
yeah.
walk up to. No, exactly.
I don't mean physically. I mean like you can't even pull the temperature data and stuff from it just over your network.
Right. Yeah, because
What?
it logs into like everything logs into their website, so that's like a single point of failure for this whole thing.
Yeah.
So the next step on this stuff, those Philips lights, the Hues. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Oh.
Wi-Fi lights.
Yes.
Wi-Fi light bulbs.
Yes.
So it's it's a sensor that you plug into your router that then can control up to 50 bulbs.
Oh my
And then you go
God.
buy these bulbs, but they're fucking like $60 a piece.
But they're LEDs.
They're
right?
LEDs, so
they
I guess they would
forever.
last forever, which I guess. And when you
the
screw them
theory.
in and power them, then they are on that Wi-Fi network. You can control them from an app, and since they're LEDs, you can control the colors. So you can have different. You can have cycling colors in rooms if you want, and all types of really dumb shit that
These
I
will
think.
go into like any light bulb socket.
Yeah, they're just light bulbs.
Wow.
So there's like 75-watt light bulbs or something. So
Man.
I don't know. That might be next on my like makeshift home automation. Like I'm not into like the real like.
I want cameras.
I want
cameras.
I was at Costco and they had some kind of camera setup that was like $400. That came with like 8 different cameras.
I want cameras.
But I kept thinking like I'm not going to be able to wire these cameras through the walls. This is just stupid. I'll have to call a guy. And I don't know. I don't want to call a guy.
I want cameras that I can just put up. I'm with you. I don't want to have to call a guy.
Yeah.
Like that was great about the Nest is that it was super easy to set up.
Yeah.
And then like so I had plugged it in and I walked into the other room to go to my PC because it's downloading a software update. Because that's the first thing that it does because it's the future, y'all.
My thermostat had to update its firmware.
Yeah, my thermostat
Yeah.
before it could work, I had to update the firmware on it. So I'm in the other room setting up my my Nest account, and like the instant that I log in, it says, "Oh, we found this Nest thermostat on this Wi-Fi network. Is this the one that you want to register with this account?" So like instantaneously, my account and the thermostat was all connected. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that thing's really fucking cool.
It is. I can't recommend it enough. It's $250, so that's maybe a bit much for a thermostat, but
And then when you walk by, the thermostat lights up. Like and sometimes I wave at it to make it light up, so it's like it's friendly.
I say hello to it.
Hello.
I say hello thermostat every time I walk by it.
Yeah.
Because it's right outside my living room, so I walk by it pretty much like any time I'm coming in and out of that room.
Yeah.
So, which is a lot. So I like to let it know what's up.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like the screen on it. I just wish that I could do something else with it. I hope that like a later firmware update makes it so I can just order pizza from my thermostat, or or some kind of slash pizza functionality. I think would be really key.
Do you have any issues with it like staying in there?
What do you mean?
Like staying secure on the wall?
No, I screwed it in tight, and that was that. It's
Because there's for mine, there's like a back plate that I actually like put the wires into, and then there's the front plate, which is what actually has the dial and like the thing on it.
yeah.
And that has just like a small like connector that I just push the whole thing into, and that seems to be what's keeping it on the wall.
Huh. Yeah,
And maybe I missed a step.
I don't know. Yeah, no, it's been pretty secure. So did you fly? You flew out for the holidays. How was the trip back?
I did. Trip was fine. I played Persona 4 Golden pretty much exclusively on airplanes over the break. So
Are you
only
in? Did it get you?
like 3 hours in, so I guess not yet.
Okay.
Not that it won't. Certainly haven't written it off or anything. It's more just, had a lot of other stuff going on. And that game is a pretty slow burn at the beginning.
Yeah, have you even gotten into a dungeon yet?
I just fought Shadow Chie or Dark Chie or whatever.
All right. So yeah,
Does that count? I guess that counts.
It's still kind of working your way up to have
Yeah,
a full party
it's-
before you go in and do it for reals. But yeah, that's
Getting
actual
there.
battles.
Yeah. I definitely see the see the appeal. I've got this weird hang up though where I kind of pack portable games into my cheeks like a squirrel because I don't want to play them until I'm like traveling and away from other video games. You know what I mean? It's like if I play these portable games now, then I won't have them to play when I'm out of town. So I don't know if I see myself like lying around on the couch at home playing that game, or if I'm just going to sit on it until I go somewhere else. So
We just have to give Brad a lot of travel
yeah,
in early 2013.
there you go.
Yeah. This Woodrose in the chat wants to know what you are drinking.
That's the Sierra Nevada Celebration Ale.
Christmas ale.
Yeah, tastes like a Christmas tree.
We're drinking Sparks.
Yeah, I heard. So that's a ballsy move, drinking pre-banned Sparks on a podcast. You know how that can go.
No, how could it go?
I don't know.
It's terrible.
It's
still terrible.
I don't know that it. I can't remember if it tastes any worse.
Does it get better with age?
No. But
Okay.
I don't know if it's actually getting worse because it's been so long since I've had.
I think it's exactly the same.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I was given a 20-plus-year-old bottle of Crown Royal over the break.
Oh, nice.
Like not, but I don't mean like age 20 years. I mean like literally just standard level Crown Royal that you get at the liquor store.
Sure.
Bought 20 plus years ago and gifted to somebody who doesn't like Crown Royal, and he's like, "Oh, I got that sitting around. You want it?" So
Did it get any better?
it tastes like Crown Royal.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I got some novelty ice cube trays over the break, and they're really big cubes, which I'm finding are excellent for whiskey drinking because they melt a lot slower.
What is the shape? That's important.
It's a square. They're companion cube, ice cube
All right, that's cool.
molds, and yeah, they seem to be working pretty well for that.
I got some whiskey stones for Christmas. Do you have any experience with those?
Yeah, I've used them. I find that when I want my whiskey colder, I also do want a little bit of water in it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm kind of with you. Also, I'm finding they don't really work.
really, see, I never used them that much, so I didn't really put them through the paces enough.
And I went on Twitter and said, "Hey, am I missing something? What am I supposed to do here?" And everybody was like, "They're a scam. Don't buy those things." So,
No, my only I bought something off of fab.com, the fancy designer bullshit website.
Yeah.
And it was a present for my mom for Christmas, and it showed up, and the box showed up, and we're like, okay, well, we'll just wrap this shit up and give it to her. We give it to her, and it's missing like a significant part of what it's supposed to be. Like it's a plant. It's like a plant. It's a hanging plant vase that's supposed to have the plant that comes. It's called an air plant, and it comes out from underneath, and the air plant's supposed to be included with it, or at least that's like all of the language on the website kind of deeply implies that. And then when we got it, and it's like, this is just a fucking worthless vase. What are you doing? So I angrily yelled at them on the internet.
How'd that go?
I don't. It was okay.
Yeah.
I got it out of my system.
Okay. Well, that's all you can do. I guess.
Yeah. No, exactly. Just scream into the void. That'll do it.
Yeah.
So, Brad, you're playing Brotherhood right now, or
I
have
am.
been playing Brotherhood?
I am,
have
and
to
it
say,
is.
I'm fucking envious of you having that experience for the first time now. I would have loved to have spent my holiday break this year playing through Brotherhood for the first time and just getting my posse up and cold fucking things up.
Well, like I said, it's all been compressed into the last 24 hours because I couldn't get to my save game before that. But it's totally grabbed me. Like the first couple hours felt like a slow burn. It felt like more Assassin's Creed 2. But once the kind of additional mechanics they've layered on opened up, I was just like, I was off the races. I can't stop running around, burning down towers and investing in businesses. And I don't think I'm even really that deep into the recruiting phase yet. Just at the beginning of Sequence 4.
Yeah.
So I've actually, I've got, what is it? It's mercs, thieves, and courtesans, right? Those are the three kind of factions.
Yeah, those are the three kinds of dudes that you can hire out on the street.
So I keep finding these empty buildings where I can renovate it for one of those factions. What is the point of that? Like, does it matter who I stick in there? Is it gonna?
As I remember, it's not one of those things where it's like if you put it towards one, like the other one goes down. I think it's just like who. I think you can eventually have just all of those maxed.
Okay.
It's just if is there one of those factions that you find yourself using more,
Right.
then make those. I just made them all courtesans because I wanted to have a real sleazy city.
Lots of prostitutes hanging around.
Yeah, just have just prostitutes everywhere.
Sure.
That's my Rome.
Working girls.
Yeah.
As far as the eye can see. So, I mean, to be clear, that stuff is not the Assassin's Guild stuff, right? Is that totally separate?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I haven't even gotten to that yet, I guess.
I mean, have you been able to like call in extra dudes to assassinate guys for you yet?
Nothing like that.
You
yet.
haven't even gotten to like the awesome part of that game yet, then.
Well, I thought it was pretty awesome already. So.
Yeah, no, well, that's why I'm fucking envious of you because you're already enjoying that part.
I don't even remember the part where I don't even remember buying buildings and giving them to factions. I just don't.
Yeah.
Well, you would do the thing where you would invest in businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was also like you'd find empty buildings every once in a while, and you could buy those. And then when you bought those, it was a minor thing.
Yeah.
I
don't remember that. That's crazy.
But yeah, then you could say like, all right, which of these factions do you want to give this to? And then it would become their HQ or whatever.
Huh. And now I'm having so much fun with that game that, based on everything else I've heard about Assassin's Creed, I kind of want to just stop after this game.
That's pretty much what I have done.
It's not the worst idea. I gotta say, it's not the worst idea because it.
Yeah. I mean,
it doesn't. Here's the thing. It just doesn't get any better than that. I'm not saying that there's not redeeming qualities of Assassin's Creed games past that, but that's just as good as it gets so far.
That's fair. Well, I mean, I'm attached enough to Ezio that I would at least definitely want to see out the end of his story.
I don't know. It's from Brotherhood to Revelations. It's tough. It's a hard swing.
All right.
It's a hard swing.
If nothing else, I could just see myself mainlining through that story and just kind of being done with it.
Yeah.
But the appeal of what is it, Constantinople?
Yeah.
Is the city in that game? I mean, the appeal of just going somewhere with a different kind of cultural flavor to it is pretty strong. If they even bother to differentiate it that much, I don't know.
I think that was one of my complaints about Revelations is that it does just kind of feel like an Assassin's Creed city. And also, don't forget they do a lot of Altair stuff in that game as well. So it's not just the Ezio story. And also, it's fucking old man Ezio, which is kind of depressing.
Yeah, I could see that. Even in this one, like he's complaining about aches and pains here and there. He's not as kind of happy-go-lucky and irreverent as he used to be. It's a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah, well, imagine like adding another 30+ years to that, and he's still very like it's one of those things where he's supposed to be in his 50s or whatever, but he is as capable, if not more capable, than he was in any of the games prior. Sure. But of course, they make a big deal about he's so old.
Only in cutscenes, though, right?
Yeah, it kind of seems that way. Yeah. Anyway, enjoy your time with Brotherhood. I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
I will. I am. Sleeping Dogs also a pretty great game. Got kind of an open world overdose going on over here. So,
how much of that? How deep in are you on that? Have you gotten guns yet?
No guns. So like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, but, I think that's about how much I played of it.
Good. Yeah, good kind of B tier, open world game, workmanlike, I guess a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Feels good. It's good stuff.
So you haven't had any experiences with games over the break so far that have upended your Game of the Year choices?
Definitely not. I don't know. The deeper I get into Sleeping Dogs, maybe that could change, but I doubt it from what I've seen so far. Actually, you know what? I think I played more letterpress than anything else on this break. I don't know about you guys. In fact, if you guys aren't totally sick of letterpress, let's play letterpress.
I haven't touched it yet.
Man, you have to get into it.
All right.
I moved back to Wordament when it got released on iOS because it had separate fucking achievements. And how crazy is it? It's got Xbox achievements. I know, fucking iPhone game.
Patrick dropped the ball in the news section, man. That is easily the biggest news story of the break.
I know that's a come in from vacation, sort of thing. Yeah, absolutely. So
for sure.
But yeah, I have all those achievements now, except for the one for playing it in multiple languages, which I think is broken because I did that and it didn't work.
So did you get the error where it says you're guessing?
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. So I got that when I was playing in Spanish, and I'm guessing that invalidates the achievement because then I switched it to German and got through a round without that happening, and it gave me the achievement.
Okay, huh.
But
maybe I'll give that a shot.
how kind of brash was that when the game, like you miss like 10 or 20 words in a row, and all of a sudden the game is just like, you're guessing.
Yeah.
Like, we know you're just trying to cheese this achievement. You don't speak this language.
Well, I mean, it does that in English too. If you miss a bunch in a row,
sure. But it just it felt like they caught me red-handed when I was just trying to guess at Spanish words.
I was surprisingly okay at Spanish and Italian.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's sort of weird.
These are all still just like Boggle style games, right?
Yeah, but Wordament works like Scramble with Friends in that it happens on a timer and everyone is playing the same board at once.
Okay.
And it just gives you a leaderboard at the end. So with that timer, it seems like it makes it slightly more difficult for people to cheat. And since you're not playing against any one person, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm just curious, like, how many words can I find?
Sure.
That's what I'm in it for, like the one-on-one competition. I don't know.
You can't trust it.
Yeah, I think Letterpress is really good, but I just ran into too many people that were cheating. So I just kind of stopped playing it.
Yeah, it gets really obvious when people are cheating. It's like, come on.
Yeah, it's
you don't know what that word means.
That fucking word. Fuck that. But that game also just lets you guess words out all you want. Also, which I definitely did do. Which I think some people would look at that and go, "You're fucking cheating." But I was like, no, I just I didn't look for these words. I just kept trying fake words until I found one that was not a fake word.
Right. I was so paranoid about it. I played. I guess the word I'm most proud of so far was I got pugnacious in one game, and I immediately texted the person. I was like, I swear I'm not cheating. Like, this is it's on the up and up.
Well, I guess that works out if you're playing with people you know. I mean, if you're playing with people you know, ideally none of them would fucking cheat.
Right. Which is all I'm doing. I've got like 10 games going right now, but it's all people I know. So.
Yeah. See, I was just kind of randomly starting games and just having people just drop ridiculous word after ridiculous word, and that was kind of stupid.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised how eager I am to just throw $1, $2 here and there at free games like that. Like Letterpress, Jetpack Joyride, like Middle Manager of Justice. Like free iPhone games everywhere are kind of inspired. Space Team is another one. Just like I play like 1-2 rounds of it. I'm like, this seems pretty good. Here's the money. Yeah,
though Middle Manager of Justice, I played a couple minutes of it and said like, oh, this seems pretty good, and then I bought the coin doubler for like $2.
Right.
And then played like another hour of it and went like, I don't want to fucking play this anymore.
Yeah.
So it's
like same boat.
So
I haven't played it anymore either.
I probably shouldn't have purchased that thing.
Right. Well, I mean, I like Patrick's conception of it as a tip jar. That makes me feel kind of good about it.
Yeah.
They let you get at it up front, and you're like, okay, let's try this out. I like this well enough. Here's a buck or two.
Sure, but Letterpress and Space Team are the two where not only do I like it enough that I want to give them money, but it unlocks meaningful features once you do.
Yeah, I mean, what's with Letterpress? It's like, what is it? It's like you see the words that have already been played.
Yeah, it's indispensable. I mean, you can see all the words that have been played in the entire game. But I mean, more than anything, you can only have, I think it's 2 games going at a time with the free version.
Okay. Yeah.
And like I said, I've got like 10 right now. So I mean, that's the way that you stay interested in the game is start a ton of games, and then most people are going to take like a day to get back to you on a turn.
Right.
So that kind of keeps you entertained. But
have you played much Rider Rumble yet? Some people in the chat bringing that
a little
up.
bit. You know what's funny actually is that I've actually been playing a ton of Letterpress against Gian, the guy who made that game.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And he is a fucking beast at that game.
I'd imagine.
Killer.
With the amount of time they spent working on it, I would hope so.
Yeah, it's like all right. Well, you just spent 2 years of your life making a word game. Of course, you're probably really good at other word games. I'm trying to pull up the game now because it's kind of a territory control game. I mean, you're looking for words, but the way to win the game is to lock people out from using the other letters.
Right.
Here's the game that we have going right now. If you can see it, that's how much of the board he has locked up.
God damn!
I can't even get points for any of those dark colored letters. Like, you're just destroying me game after game.
Yeah.
I feel like that is like high level competitive letterpress play. If that game ever catches on in the esports scene, maybe that guy's got a future.
It's going to be main stage at Evo, I'm told.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Not a ton of Rider Rumble. I played some local multiplayer against my cousin around the holidays, but not a whole lot of it. Have you been getting into it much?
No, not really. I'm just kind of. I mean, other than a few games of Wordament here and there, like I feel like I'm kind of done with the Boggle style word game for a while, because there were just so many coming out last year that they were all good. So I'd play them long enough to go like, I don't want to play this anymore, and then another one would launch. And I'll play this one for a little while too. So I'm kind of all boggled out at this
Right.
point. So we'll
What
see.
do you think? Do you think Space Team is going to be like that next thing that everybody rips off?
I don't know. I just don't know how you like. What do you rip off, or what do you do you?
I mean, there's the idea there of the the local communication, like that
Right,
element
like
of
the
it.
verbal communication stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
I can see that.
I think it doesn't even have to be limited to verbal. I think you could. No, I know
that microphone doesn't work.
This microphone works for the
I guess
recording.
it does. You're right. Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to hit both here. I'm trying to double microphone here.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think just the idea of I know I'm going to be sore tomorrow for it because of it. I think the just it doesn't have to be just talking, but just the local communication, just whatever that local interaction is, that physical interaction. Like, Johann Sebastian Joust, I think taps into a lot of the same ideas that Space Team does as far as like, yes, this is an electronic game, but this does not behave the way that we expect electronic games
Right.
to
I mean,
behave.
stuff like that. I mean, like Space Team reminds me of like Electronic Battleship or something like that, where there is just this computer element to it. Or like, what is it? There's was it Fireball Island? No, there was some. It was a board game where there basically was a miniature little electronic device in the center of the board. So it was this big physical thing.
Yeah.
But then you also had this computer aspect, kind of running the show.
Pop-O-Matic Trouble.
Yeah, Trouble. That's a computer, right? It is now.
Pop-O-Matic.
It's the original.
Pop-O-Matic.
It's the original computer. There was the abacus and then the Pop-O-Matic bubble.
It calculates a number for you every time that you press the button.
And it's random.
It's true
Truly
random.
Yeah, true random. Better than a computer.
Yeah, computer can't even do what Pop-O-Matic Trouble can do. So
Gravitational randomness.
Yeah.
advantage Pop-O-Matic Trouble.
You don't feed a seed into Pop-O-Matic bubbles to see, like, okay, this is it's gonna generate random numbers.
Are there other Pop-O-Matic games?
Yeah, like they went to the trouble of establishing a brand for that device, right?
Yeah, it's the Pop-O-Matic bubble for Pop-O-Matic
How did they not
Trouble.
franchise that out?
Did Sorry have a Pop-O-Matic
I want to say
bubble
that
in it?
they might have done like Pop-O-Matic versions
Yeah.
of other popular Milton Bradley games. Milton Bradley games? Parker Brothers? Milton Bradley. Milton Bradley.
Probably Milton Bradley.
I'm going to go with Milton Bradley on Pop-O-Matic Trouble. Anyway, this has been a fun path here.
Yes.
Brad, anything else? Anything else you want to get off your chest before we cut you loose here?
Oh,
So what's I guess one more
don't
question. I know you went back home to North Carolina, back to Kakalaki for a little bit. What's the
Yes.
what was the game scene like there? What did you bring back? What were people into? Like I'm curious. Like when folks go home and
Right.
try and bring
Gosh.
that stuff to them and see what actually clicks.
yeah. Let's see. Space Team was a big hit. Played that in multiple family scenarios. Everybody loved it, even people who don't really play games. Letterpress was the same way. I hauled my Kinect and even brought like the stupid AC adapter for old Xboxes with it because my parents have an old Xbox.
Right.
Whipped that out purely for Kinect Party. Got that out when a bunch of family were over, including some small children, and they just they ate it up. Of course,
Cool.
it's it's an immediate. An instant hit, like they go in and go like, oh, what do I do? How do I play? And I was just like, just stand in front of it. You'll figure it out. And then, huge hit. Like to the point that everybody that was visiting at the house was kind of standing around slack-jawed in front of this thing, just watching it, like kind of older family members just sort of muttering like, oh, they didn't have that kind of stuff when I was a kid, like it seems like it really kind of strikes a chord with just about everybody.
Cool.
So,
All right.
All right, Brad.
We'll let you go
yeah.
then.
All right. I'm gonna get back to assassinating.
Enjoy the rest of your break. Enjoy more assassinating. We'll see you next week.
Well,
Tomorrow?
I guess I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow. I guess.
Okay.
Like what? I'm not even clear who's going to be in the office at this point. But
You and me and Vinny, at least.
okay. All right. Well, we'll figure something out.
Hey man, that's enough to have a party. We'll
Sure,
figure it out from
yeah.
there.
All right.
Freeze a crowd.
All right, see you, man.
Cool. All right. See you.
All right. All right.
We've run out of guests.
No, we got Alex.
Oh Jesus, this chair leans back too far.
Yeah,
I keep almost dying in this chair.
Yeah, that chair is. I'm glad I don't sit in it on a regular basis anymore.
So you get to about here, it's fine, but then it goes to
Yeah.
It's no bad. It's
And it's like it tilts on a specific way that it doesn't really ever fall over, but
no,
it's,
but you feel like you're gonna.
Yeah.
It goes further. It goes further than it ought to.
Yeah. Someone asking how the colorblindness correcting glasses are going. I haven't really worn them much because I haven't been spending a lot of time outside.
And they're pretty specific. For first off, they're shaded. They're sunglasses.
Yeah, they're sunglasses, so there's that aspect to them. And if you wear them inside, so there's the centers of them are one tint, and then the outer edges of them are another tint. And so if you're not outside in direct sunlight, or I mean, in this case, this monitor is big enough and bright enough that I can actually use it. You really notice, like when I look at you, the tint is really distracting.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't really wear it.
Well, also there's there are different colors to indoor lighting.
Right. That's probably an aspect of it too, I guess. But
fuck that up.
But if I want, so I can't really go like full Kudo and just wear sunglasses inside all the time.
Kudo can barely go full Kudo.
Yeah.
I mean, you wore them a couple times when we were commuting.
Yeah. And
pre-break, and
it seemed like, I don't know, it's hard to know what they actually do, and how much of it is the glasses and how much of it is actually just me concentrating really hard on trying to figure out what colors are, because that's something I don't do because I know it's unreliable. Since I know my eyes are not to be counted on for color stuff, I don't normally
that was
bother with it.
The interesting part for me was because you said you need to have someone who is not colorblind to check against what you think these things are.
Yeah.
That's all.
Otherwise, I'm just looking at it going like, "Fuck, I don't know."
But then I
don't know what these things mean.
Then I start realizing the interpretational elements of my own view of color. I say oh, that thing is purple, and you're like what the fuck is purple? Like the idea that there is no concept of purple.
Yeah.
And that I could say something is more or less purple, and you're like, how can it be more or less of something? How can it's just that, right?
Yeah.
It's like, no. Like, thinking about that stuff has shaken me to my very core.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Freaking me out pretty badly, thinking about my perception of color and that of everyone else. So, Thanks, expensive color blindness glasses.
Yeah, that's, I guess I'll get back to wearing some of those when we start, when I'm in cars for longer periods of time.
You go back to leaving the house.
I go back to leaving the house. No, I've been leaving the house like a fair amount, but always at night. So, not going to wear those out and about at night. And also, you're not supposed to wear them while driving. So, they say you might get freaked out by the vividness of some colors and then die.
Wouldn't that happen anyway?
What?
You got freaked out by vividness of colors and die?
No, well, you might crash the car.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's not just sheer vividness. Colors! And then suddenly your brain just shorts out. It's not like they're not saying it's like that.
No, they're not saying it's like that, but
they never would.
They're not saying it's exactly. They're not saying it's not like that either.
I don't know, man. Sounds like a conspiracy.
I guess we should see what Alex has to say about all this. All right. All right. We're making the call. Call's going out.
We'll see what happens.
Up.
All right, that was Alex Navarro, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, thanks for calling. Great.
How's it going, guys?
And that was Alex Navarro. Great.
I got nothing else. I think that's it for the show.
Yeah. Nah, let's get Alex back on.
Oh, really? Come on.
Let's see what that guy has to say. Hello.
Hi, Jeff.
The tone has changed suddenly.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, buddy. 2013, motherfucker.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
What's Queens like in the future of 2013?
Old, unremarkable for the most part. It's a pretty shitty future for the most part. Not much happens.
You had mentioned being able to kind of set up today and watch people walk of shame up your street. Did any of that happen?
I stood out there for a little bit, but then it was like 30 degrees, and I was like, fuck this. Just seeing random girls in their, weird party dresses and heels and guys barely having shoes on was not worth standing out there that long.
So you should have just set up a webcam or something out there. Then you could have sat inside and watched.
Yeah, I just grew indifferent to the idea after a certain amount of time.
I guess that makes some sense as well. Yeah.
Commitment to the bit.
So you were out here for some
I
chunk
was.
of this holiday break.
Yep, I was there for the whole week before we all took off for vacation, so that we could do our stupid band thing.
Right. Yep.
I was there for that.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah. We played 4 times in 4 days. True Road Warriors, except they were all in the same place, and 3 of them were practices.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say one too many practices.
Yeah,
you put it best. That was a group of people that was prepared to practice once.
Yeah, totally.
The second they had to go in there for a second and third practice is when it all just kind of started falling apart.
Yeah, because it was like the first night, everybody gets in there and it's like, oh man, I haven't seen this person in years.
Like, you remember what's fun about it.
Like, oh, cool. Yeah, let's play these dumb songs. God, these songs are stupid, but whatever. They sound okay.
Sure.
Great. Good to see you. I'll see you again tomorrow night. And then tomorrow night, like halfway through, there was like a very much like, are we gonna fucking play these songs or not? Like, what? You just gonna stand around and fucking jack off? Well, come on, play the fucking songs.
A lot of them were just kind of standing around jacking off, and that sucked.
Yeah. I mean, that's but that's what those songs were.
Yeah.
We're all about that. So, and then the third night was a little different because we ended up playing a bunch of stuff with backing tracks, and then it was being recorded, and there was like 8 people there, and then you live streamed that one.
Yes. I'm glad I live streamed that one instead of the one after.
Yeah.
Because the sound was not as good.
Oh, the sound was not good on the other one?
You guys on the main stage sounded way better.
Well, it's a main stage for a reason.
Yeah.
If only we had somehow found a way to take the crowd noise from the one show and, transpose it onto the one that actually sounded good. It would almost be a really good live record.
Oh, I'm sure Glenn is probably doing that right now. Like, just, like figuring out ways to edit the audio and get it down. So you can sell it somewhere.
Not to get too inside here, but I gotta say Ryan Lynch seems to be the one for whom the ravages of time have dodged the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say everyone looks okay, but Ryan Lynch is like, damn, you look like you just rolled right out of 1998.
Yeah, he looked not too much. He ended up coming by the house in Katati.
Okay.
A couple of times, and we jammed or whatever, and nothing really came out of it. But it was just kind of good to see him. And then I hadn't seen him since then, and I didn't even know he'd moved to Portland until we started doing this, where he runs a food cart.
Yes.
Called Fried Egg I'm in Love.
I can't tell you how much time I spent over this break thinking about that fact. Like, just that fact.
It's so good. It's the best name for a food cart that has
swimming around my head and
existed.
thinking like I think about like, man, that's kind of like a really like thin, lousy piece of wordplay to like base your whole business on. But then I started thinking like, but that's kind of like all food trucks.
Cart, so
that's the food cart industry. Is
totally.
Is just loose wordplay. Is everything. That's the entire food cart industry.
I know. Like that's the thing. Is I started off, I was thinking about being critical about it, but I realized like no, like that's just how things are in this business. And fried egg, I'm in love for your breakfast food cart is totally acceptable.
It's totally perfect. It's
magical.
Yeah, but I think he seemed taken aback / not too into the notion when I don't remember who said it, but someone said that is the most Portlandia thing possible.
I said that.
Oh, you said that? Okay, yeah.
Accurate.
He did not seem too pumped about that comparison.
It's like you said, he wandered straight in out of like 1998, and that's what Portland pretty much is at this point. It's just 1998 forever.
Yeah.
No, but he's great. It was really good to see him, and as I understand it, that food cart is apparently awesome. It has some amount of renown up there. So
if you're in the Portland area, check out Fried Egg, I'm in love. We know that guy.
It's a couple of guys, so he might not even be there.
We know one of those guys.
We know one of those guys. So, I don't know. So we did that, and that was fine.
Yeah,
it happened.
I thought Saturday was fun.
I thought Friday and Saturday were both fun in their different ways, I guess.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. and now we never have to do that again. So, got some people, Michael and a couple other people saying like, so next year Suburban All Stars, right?
No.
I said maybe.
No.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, because my name needs like a double slot. So
Well, I don't know that they would be able to happen next year because there's some rules about like how long the band has to have been broken up. That I think
Really, there are rules to this.
there are rules, and I think Rob probably still thinks that my name is still together. So,
Yeah.
so they might not count. So yeah, I don't know. Like there was so yes, people are talking about doing that next year. So when November comes around, I say, hey, you want to do this? Or actually, it'd probably be more like June or July. Then you can say no, and then we can shut it down for real.
Love it.
that sounds great. I have a full run of Section M in my house now because of that event. So
Dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. Why would you do that? That's dumb.
I'm supporting charity events.
All right. That's less dumb.
It was
I guess.
easy to justify because of that. And then also I thought like I'll never have a chance to own every single issue of Section M again.
And now you have the chance to burn every issue of Section M whenever you want.
Just keep the one that you're in.
I was gonna say like there's enough Section M's with people that I know in them that it's worth keeping around just for that.
Yeah. So, what'd you do for New Year's? Just sit around?
Yeah, we went to Flushing, got obscenely hot Chinese food, came home, and watched Magic Mike.
How was Magic Mike?
It's awesome.
Magic Mike? No, it's fucking fantastic. What do you
I know, that's what I
that
said,
movie
it's awesome.
is fantastic.
Really?
Yes.
It didn't look like a movie that I would necessarily be interested in watching. What is it that makes it so awesome?
It is literally Boogie Nights meets Coyote Ugly.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
It's literally what the movie is. Like, it is basically about Dirk Diggler except male strippers.
That sounds all right. See, I did not like Coyote Ugly.
See, okay, but imagine Coyote Ugly if it actually was like kind of fun and not just the pile of stupid that Coyote Ugly actually was.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably what I was looking to get out of Coyote Ugly, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a weird, really kind of almost understated version of Boogie Nights. Like even when the sort of like the big drug addiction downfall thing happens, which by the way is even better because it takes place over a course of 3 months as opposed to however many years Boogie Nights does.
The movie just moves, man. They don't have
just
time
moves.
to.
Yeah, but
dick
it's like
around.
even when that happens, it's all really understated and like kind of freakishly realistic, and it's Channing Tatum, so like he just kind of is playing Channing Tatum, and it's all a little odd, but it's kind of great. And fucking Matthew McConaughey, my God, he has never been better.
Really?
Never.
Now,
Never. He's really good.
Isn't Kevin Nash in that movie?
Yes.
Yes, he is the over the hill aging male stripper.
He's one of the over the hill aging.
Well, he's the main one. He's the one who keeps passing out in the shower and so they can't get him out on stage.
That actually sounds pretty awesome. Maybe I should watch that. I don't know.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
It's really good. Yeah, it is. It is one of my top 5 movies of the year. Absolutely.
I think next up for me is Looper. I'm probably gonna watch
Sure.
Looper here pretty soon, and the comedy.
I don't think I
Yeah.
can watch the comedy.
Yeah, have you seen the comedy, Alex?
I haven't. I have it like queued up to watch on some instant streaming service. I've just never actually been able to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, it seems like I just feel like I might need to be in the right mood to watch that.
It all just
You
sounds.
need to be a black, just black, dark cloud over your head kind of mood. That seems like the right way to go with that one.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It all just strikes me as too Todd Solondz-y.
Right.
The tone and just like, hey, look, all these people are fucking completely horrible.
Yeah.
It's like spend 90 minutes with them. It's like, I don't know if I have the energy in me to do that.
I heard some people saying some nice things about Goon.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Goon
hockey
is really
movie?
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
It's
on
very
instance.
another great performance from Liev Schreiber.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I think he is like I like his work with Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the years, comedically, so it seems like he's definitely got some chops.
No, it's a very funny movie. It's a low key indie comedy kind of thing, so it's maybe a little more heartwarming than you're used to, but it's very funny.
I don't know if I can deal with heartwarming.
But I mean,
Just saying.
it's a heartwarming movie about violence in hockey.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So there's still a lot of hockey violence. So it's balances out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, you have any game thoughts from this break? You play anything?
I started playing the new Sleeping Dogs DLC. The shit. God, which one was it? The Zodiac tournament.
Vinny couldn't remember the name either.
Yeah, the Zodiac tournament. I started playing around with that. I haven't gotten very far into it, but that seems really cool. It actually does. And I've actually been playing a lot of pinball on my iPad because of you, Jeff.
Oh yeah, a little pinball arcade. Cool.
Yeah. I had not messed with that at all in any version, so I said, all right, I'll try the iOS version, and the next thing I knew, I had downloaded like 12 pinball tables.
Yeah, I own all the tables.
Yeah.
For that thing.
I stopped short of all of them, but I came wretchedly close to doing that.
Yeah, they've got another pack due out this month that has Attack from Mars in it.
Ooh.
So that'll be a good one. It's Attack from Mars and Genie, which is an old Gottlieb machine.
Sure.
That'll probably be okay, but
I'm holding out one day for Demolition Man. I mean, I know it's far-fetched, but I would love to see it.
Yeah, well, it seems like they've been doing all right with, doing these Kickstarters to get the licensed stuff done.
Yeah.
The only issue with that is that when you actually kickstart those things, the process to get your kickstarted tables is fucked right now.
Oh,
I'm sure they'll eventually fix it, but on iOS, it's like they have a login to their service, and then there's also the login to restore your in-app purchases, and they seem to clash. So I can either have access to Twilight Zone and nothing else, or everything but Twilight Zone, depending on how I'm logged in, which is stupid. And I imagine it's the really annoying thing about that whole thing is that all the pinball is excellent, and then every time they push out another update, they break something else about the stuff that exists around the pinball.
Yeah.
In this one, this one's the first release that has their new menu system in it, and it's kind of shitty. But I imagine that they will nail that down as well. And I guess they've been having horrible issues on the 360 where their publisher there went bankrupt. So they had to go renegotiate with another publisher to get it back out there, and they say that once that happens, they will get 360 up to speed. PS3 and Vita, I guess, have been. It's on Vita, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. PS3 and Vita has been pretty much fine as far as table releases go, and it's on Android and a bunch of other shit too. But I don't know how it is there.
Sure. Yeah. No, it like you said, it's the feel of that game that makes it. Like I at least a few of those machines, as speaking of the Phoenix, were old standbys at that place for the years when I was growing up. And it's like the emulation's kind of ridiculous how well that shit works.
Yeah, they get the physics down in a way that the Pinball FX stuff doesn't.
It's what makes it a better pinball game.
Yeah, that makes it physics. It feels more like proper pinball. And the table designs are they're the classics. They're real pinball designs from real pinball designers, and I think that shows.
It does my heart good to have anything featuring Elvira in my life again. Just like this is like pinball is really the only way you're gonna get her in any kind of like that, and watching Drag Race. And that's pretty much it.
Oh, is she on Drag Race? That makes a lot.
She judges every season.
Of course. Why wouldn't? Of course she does.
Yeah.
Start watching.
Of course she does. I should start watching Drag Race.
Oh, that show's fucking great.
I gotta go. I gotta start watching
reality
Drag Race.
show ever.
Yeah, I don't know if I can actually.
You should. It's great.
Maybe I'll give it a look. I don't know.
Alex, anything else?
Nothing else really. Just working on some lists for the site this week. I'm doing a top 10 movie thing and a top 10 album thing like I usually do, and I'll just be around catching news and stuff, I guess, for the next few days until you guys decide to come back.
I'm coming back tomorrow, as are Vinny and Brad.
I'm sorry, when I said you guys, I meant Jeff.
Yeah. I'll be back next week or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff and Patrick.
I don't care about you, Ryan.
Yeah, Jeff and Patrick, the ones that you actually care about, that we have no idea when they're coming back.
Okay. Well, until they do, I'm just going to pretend you don't exist.
All right.
Great. All right. Well,
all right.
See you later.
Later on, guys.
All right. Well, this all worked out a lot better than I thought it would.
Get back over here. I think so. I hope so.
I hope so. I don't know. I mean, we can always grab the video off that stream, but we're supposedly also recording this locally through here, which would be
and
nice.
we'll post this. You have a way of kicking me out of
audio.
Something?
Sure. Yeah, I can drop it into something and make something happen with it.
All right. Give me some audio so I can put this up as a regular podcast.
Yeah, so we'll put that up as a regular podcast.
So that we will have continued to have not missed a week. Ever!
We missed a week at some point.
Nope. Never missed a week. Never missed a week.
Oh, well, all right. If we never missed a week, then I guess. Yeah.
It's true. We've never missed a week. Yeah, I mean, it's, I'll be coming back into the office on tomorrow on Wednesday along with Vinny and Brad. Patrick's still out east. Jeff's going to take a little more break. So, it's going to take a little
I'm very busy here at home.
It's going to take some time for us to get everything up and running. But also there's the fact that kind of nothing is going on. So we'll still just be, I don't know, farting around with some stuff.
Yeah, before stuff gets busy again.
Yeah, which will be in a couple of weeks.
Right off the fucking bat. This
is
gonna
CES.
Yeah, CES.
We gotta hit that.
That's usually the reason why I take this week off, is so it's like because it overlaps.
Right.
It typically overlaps with just enough of CES, and be like, oh, sorry guys, I'm on vacation.
We need you to go to CES for us.
I can't go to CES.
Talk to guys about printer cartridges, please.
I am very out on vacation.
Already taken that time off.
I've got plans. Unfortunately, I will be out of state.
Should not go to Vegas in man. So New Year's Eve is the worst.
Yeah,
I think we could all agree.
Yeah, it's
as a thing.
It's up there with St. Patrick's Day in terms of just like, this is barely a holiday.
Yeah, but like watching the TV coverage of all the Times Square stuff last night, like it's so bad.
But it was never good, but I imagine that now that Dick Clark is not around, it'd be like, fuck you!
Well, like, Dick Clark always brought, like, this heartfelt sentimentality of just, like, bringing in the new year, and you could feel all the excitement in the crowd, which you couldn't, because it's a fucking million people crammed into Times Square,
right.
Freezing goddamn cold, there for 6 hours, there's no porta potty, so everyone's just holding it. Like, it just seems like a miserable experience, and they keep panning over the crowd, and they keep having the commentators saying, everyone here is really excited, we're having a wonderful time. It's like, no, I'm looking at the images. You're clearly not having no one. Jenny McCarthy, who
this is Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy was like one of the on the ground co-anchors for Ryan Seacrest. So yeah, they also get the people least equipped to do like kind of improv-y stuff in a format that requires you to just riff and interact with people.
It's just crowd work.
It's pure crowd work, and they get the people that are least equipped to do that.
So where are you from?
Yeah, every year. Yeah, she did the so where are you from, and the lady answered Queens. It's like, oh, well, great, thanks for coming out from where you live. Like, it was terrible. And I found that I can only handle that stuff because everyone does it. They've got all the main networks have something.
Yeah.
Except Letterman.
Yeah,
except CBS.
CBS
doesn't give a fuck. They just run Letterman.
It's just
there was an episode of Letterman. Fucking Dustin Hoffman was on. It's Letterman and Dustin Hoffman shooting the shit, talking about their matching Kennedy Awards. Like,
nice.
CBS did not give a fuck about New Year's Eve. So
that's smart. Or we should take over the CBS New Year's Eve programming.
But I realized that I could only handle.
Because we should go somewhere where there's a bunch of people. If it's New York, great. Wherever. Because then I can stand there and go, so where are you from?
So they had, I can't remember who it was. One of the networks had, they had their Times Square thing going on, but then they also had a thing in Vegas with Marlon Wayans as your MC, and then Carmen Electra showed up for a bit. For timeliness,
yeah,
she had half of her head in cornrows, just like right here on the side.
That sounds like a good look.
The rest of it not in cornrows.
Well, she's the Raven, so
she does have the power of the Raven.
Yeah,
there's no question about that. But Marlon Wayans was like a breath of fresh air.
Oh, God.
Of just like God. At least this guy can like talk into a microphone and acknowledge like all these motherfuckers in Times Square are lying. They are not having any fun. We're in Vegas. It is way better here. Everyone here is drunk. There's no drinking. Thanks, Mayor Bloomberg. There's no drinking in Times Square, but there's drinking here.
Yeah, that sounds lame.
But I realized that I could only handle one of those for about like 15 to 20 seconds at a time.
Right.
And then it's like, I have to change the channel. I can't not have this on.
And it's just like, it's just this cavalcade of like the people they get now. I mean, at least with Dick Clark, you had that sense of tradition to it. of an earlier era where there was that shared experience, and you would watch that and go, "Oh yeah, cool."
Everyone saw the ball drop.
Yeah,
Here's the
but
fucking
now-
thing. They still call it Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve.
Well, it's always going to be his.
Even though he is gone, and so they.
I imagine it's his production company or something,
yeah,
right?
probably,
You know.
probably. But they did have Ryan Seacrest give his big shouts out to
And then Ryan Seacrest bring his wife in at the end at midnight and kiss her.
to Dick Clark. No, he was standing next to Cy and MC Hammer. So that's the state of things. And that's it for our podcast, first one of 2013. Me recounting what I saw on TV last night.
I feel bad for Anderson Cooper out of all this because he should know better.
Oh no! If you want to, man, the local one, like the Cron 4 show.
Someone was texting me.
Gary
at midnight.
Radnich?
Someone was texting me saying that Gary Radnich is having a nervous breakdown on
He had
TV
lost
right now.
it. It was just full like psychotic break at some point. Like they're in the Symphony Hall, and obviously someone had been serving champagne. And there was just a full break at one point with Gary Radnich. It was amazing.
Man,
And also, for whatever reason, all the cameras they were using for the Cron 4, whatever reason, all the cameras they were using for the Cron 4 broadcast looked like they were about 13 years old.
yes, for whatever reason.
For whatever reason, yeah. There was like no high definition going on in any of these shots.
Yeah.
Everything looked real muddled and very local. Looked like a real local production.
Great. We stand to get back to some local
And
news.
at some point, Gary Radnich just talking shit about Cron 4's budget. Just
really, just openly,
openly, just like, they spent like $600,000 on their fucking fireworks in that city. Cron 4 only gave us $599. Oh well, just like weird nonsense just coming out of his mouth.
That sounds, man. I'm really sad that I missed that. 'Cause that actually does sound really fucking good.
Yeah, that was probably the best part. But none of those shows, any one of them, I can't stand for more than like 15, 20 seconds. I have to change it. Leaving it on for longer than that, and I start freaking out.
Yeah. Well, I guess Coffee did some dance party stuff, right? They were running.
Oh, did they?
I think they were running their usual kind of dance party marathon type stuff. I don't know if it was new or not. But yeah, it was definitely some coffee action.
Coffee has not been
Some
respecting
local TV for that ass.
Coffee has not been respecting the dance party format lately, and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a weird year for dance party. For
Certainly,
sure.
2013.
Yeah.
Hopefully, better things ahead.
Yeah, get that back on track.
Morse Knight,
Yeah.
I got your number, motherfucker.
Whoa. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I
Shots
guess?
fired. That's
Yeah.
it. First shots fired of 2013.
All right, well, I guess that's going to do it
Yeah.
from us, and we'll be back in the studio proper next week. But, hey, go check out the site. There's still all the Game of the Year videos are still up there for you to see.
Just yesterday, posted the last thing. We got a video from
Yeah.
David Jaffe, which he shot in his home, and we posted that up. So the last of the guest top 10 lists,
Yeah.
in video format.
Right, that's great. Yeah, I liked the video lists from him and from Paul.
Yeah, Paul's was something
Paul's
special.
really good. You can tell he only chose S because he wanted to talk about Space Team, and that's totally okay.
So yeah, all those lists that is as far as I know. I'm not expecting any further top 10 lists from folks. So that is the end of that feature. But there's still there's
and we
goddamn
got
so much stuff.
5 days of videos. All that stuff's still up from last week.
Yeah.
We should probably write some story. Here's what you guys should do tomorrow.
Okay.
I would do it, but I'm on fucking vacation.
Okay.
You should write up a news story that has links to all those videos in it and make sure that all that stuff gets properly promoted so that people see it. Because it's all off, like most of it's off the homepage now. It's kind of hard to find. So
that stuff is kind of a bitch to find.
something that we can pin or something so people can find that easily. Cause
Yeah, like when 2K was asking me for like, hey, do you guys have some sort of emblem for this thing? And I'm like, oh, we always forget about this thing because we're idiots. No, we don't have.
Did you guys do E3 awards this year? No.
We should, and then always think about it at some point, like we should really do that, and then a week before it's like, oh, we didn't do that. Oh well.
For me, the funny thing is when we get stuff like it starts happening probably in like October. You're like, hey, are you guys working on most anticipated features for 2013?
Right.
Like,
nah,
no.
That's a weird thing to do.
No, and why are you like pitching games to us for that thing? We know what's announced and coming out. We already know what we're anticipating. You sending paragraphs of text about your announced games not necessarily going to sway that. Even if we were going to do it, which I don't know. I think there's probably something to be said for, hey, here are the games that have been announced that are coming up that we're excited for. I just don't know.
Also, gift guides.
Yeah. Hey, you guys doing a holiday gift guide? We want to send you a bunch of fucking bullshit controller accessories, and just don't reply to that. Just hope that they go away.
Make no eye contact.
Yeah, do not make eye contact with that email. All right, so yeah, you should do that.
Okay.
You should write that up tomorrow.
We'll rope up all that
someone
video
should,
content. Give it one good, easy to find home.
Yeah,
for all that video stuff, because there's a ton of it, and a lot of it's really good. Once again, shout out to Vinny and Drew for putting in the hours and the ideas.
And Andy Bauman for helping out on the shooting.
Yeah,
stuff too.
Absolutely, making the Game of the Year feature go off. People didn't hate it. I really wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't know. There definitely was a moment like Monday around noon that I was like, all right, everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. Before they were like, oh man, I don't know, but maybe...
Like, this was fun as shit to do.
I totally loved the process, and I thought...
I really like all this stuff.
Yeah, I thought there's some stuff that was really funny, but I'm like, I don't know if any of this plays. I can't tell if any of this plays. I hope some of it doesn't.
I showed it all to Chris, because he was up.
Yeah.
Like, a night or 2 nights before it started going up. And there was that moment of just like, I'm sitting there and I'm trying not to just like stare, like, is this part funny? Is this part funny? Like, what do you think of this part? Stuff. But yeah, it was definitely, it wasn't until like midday Monday I was like, okay, this is probably gonna be fine. Yeah.
If people like the first one, then I'm like, we're good.
It'll be okay.
We're good for the rest of the week. So
yeah.
All right. Well then, on that note, that's it for this week's Giant Bobcast. We'll be back in the studio, as Jeff said, next Tuesday with another edition of the Giant Bobcast.
Yeah. Now I have to turn it off. Like